Quinn threw out a punch fast, but didn't add any of his blood skills. However, Leo was able to move his head to avoid it. Quinn then changed his fist and went to grab Leo instead. He hoped to throw Leo to the ground, but it was too late. The man had already pivoted on his foot and went for a spin. While doing so, he lifted his other leg in the air and managed to kick Quinn right in the head. Fex and Leo were up on stage, and even Quinn was a little excited to see the outcome of the match. When looking at the two, their fighting stances were quite different. Leo had both hands out in front of him, similar to karate or a little like boxing, while Fex had both hands down by his side, but his knees were slightly bent. Slowly, Fex was circling Leo. Fex was the first to strike. He came in throwing his fists in quick succession, two to the head and then another to the body. However, just like before, by using his palms, Leo was able to knock them away. He could block them, Fex thought, but I only pulled back on my speed a little. I was sure from watching the match earlier this would be fast enough. After blocking the attacks, Leo followed up with a kick aimed toward Fex's head. Seeing this, Fex jumped back and tried to grab the leg, but at the last second, it seemed like the angle had changed, causing Fex's grab to miss. Again, it's like he knows what I'm going to do. Fex inwardly was starting to get annoyed. Then, while bringing his leg back, he was able to catch Fex on the head with the heel of his foot. As the fight continued, Fex got more excited, and he started putting more power into his punches. It got to the point where it was power beyond a regular human with no ability. While looking at his energy grew wilder and stronger, it started to remind Leo of the Dalki, and this soured his mood. It brought back specific memories. Usually, the Dalki were reckless when they fought, but the toughest opponent Leo ever had to face was one which knew how to use martial arts skills, and right now, the resemblance was too close. Although he was banned from using his abilities, Leo's was slightly different compared to the others. His ability was always on. Since he was blind, he would constantly activate his ability to see the aura of living things around him. In turn, this also allowed him to see the flow of energy in his opponent's body. When an opponent attacks, their energy flow would move before the body of the person did. This was the same when a person used their abilities as well. Fex threw out stiff and straight fast blows with the fist, but knowing what he was going to do beforehand, Leo was able to block all of the attacks. What? But I was sure I increased the speed quick enough so he wouldn't be able to block it, Fex thought. Then, when Leo prepared for a kick, he could still see where Fex was planning to dodge. He continued to kick in rapid successions, aiming for where Fex would be at each time. Can he read my mind? What's going on? Fex asked himself out of frustration. When the kick stopped for a breath of a second, Fex thought he had finally gotten a break, but before he could do anything, another kick was aimed at him from above. An axe kick, which slammed down on the back of his head as hard as he could. The blow was harder than Fex thought it would be, so he was unable to prepare himself in time. His legs gave in, and his head bounced off of the ground.
Want to watch more episodes of my vampire system? Follow Pocket FM Fantasy Chronicles. You can watch the next episode here in the playlist.